Tuscaloosa's mayor just ordered all bars in the city to close effective at 5 p.m. local time today. It's a response to a letter sent to the University of Alabama students by the school's president calling the rise in coronavirus cases on campus unacceptable. The fall semester resumed with in-person classes last Wednesday. Alabama's president warned all students to follow safety protocols or risk possible suspension. Just last week, large crowds were seen lined up outside bars near the campus, prompting angry responses from the school's athletic director and an Alabama football player. Penn State University has been criticized over its safety protocols just days after resuming in-person classes. Several videos surfaced showing students partying without masks or social distancing. 2 fraternities have been suspended. Now some students are calling on Penn State to go virtual. Today, the university started conducting randomized testing to track asymptomatic carriers. Michael Miller is a Penn State senior and a university student leader, and Zachary McKay is Penn State Student Body President. They want the school to go virtual, feel the university is blaming students for the spike in cases. They both join me. Thanks for being with us. Zachary, have you talked to university officials about your concerns, and do you think they'll listen?
Yeah, well, thank you very much for having us today, Anderson, and I hope you and the family are doing well. We've been in a lot of conversations with administrators, and I will say that over the past summer, I've been very hopeful. I have trusted a lot of the plans which we've looked at over the summer, and that they would all be carried out as effectively as possible, but it's beginning to look a little fairy tale-esque. I'll be completely honest with you. After seeing a lot of those videos, you have to wonder, did the university know that students were going to act like this, and we're going to follow human nature? And the answer is yes. In a survey put out by Penn State earlier this year, 20% of students responded that they wouldn't want to wear a mask in classes. So you almost have to ask yourself, if they're not ready to wear a mask in classes, can you imagine what they're going to do out of classes? But then to shift the blame onto students, it seems a little outrageous.
So, Michael, what do you want to see? All classes online?
Yeah, Anderson. So, we've talked with university officials, and, right now RAs are actually shouldering the majority of the blame. We have one of the densest student housing populations in the country.
RAs are resident advisors.
Yes, and they're being tasked with crowd control, and that's not what they signed up for. They're not being tested regularly, and they're also not even being given hazard pay. So we think right now that the university should make the responsible decision, which is to cancel the on-campus semester. We think that's going to save lives, and we think that's the only option left.
And so, Zach, you wouldn't support staying on campus and just doing classes online? You think people should not be on campus?
Well, I think you have to consider the incentive, right? So if students are encouraged to stay on campus, the problem doesn't necessarily go away. But by canceling in-person classes, you lose the incentive of staying on campus and encourage some of the off-campus students to leave. And by moving those students who can go back to their homes, because we have to acknowledge that there are some students who can't, for this or that reason, send those on-campus students home, I do think you'll see a decrease in the number of cases that spawn here. We need to be on top of this and at the curve.
Zachary McKay.
And the reality is,
go ahead, Michael, quickly.
We have 70% of the people on campus right now that haven't been tested, and they're only doing 1% of testing of students every day. So right now the plan is just not working, and we love Penn State, and we want to see a decision that protects our community.
Michael Miller, Zachary McKay, appreciate it. Thanks very much. We'll continue to follow it.